Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So today is the day before Thanksgiving. It is November the 27th and the kids and I are just back from Walmart. We had to make a few last minute purchases. We are now in the process of getting things ready for the holidays. So we thought we would bring you along for a cook with us, just kind of hang out with us. I'm going to do some pre-cooking tonight. I'm not going to do everything, but I'm going to do a few things. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my turkey. It's been in the fridge defrosting for a couple of days, but I want to make sure that I put it in the sink in some cold water to help finish up the thawing process so that I can brine it tonight. And then I'm going to get up very early in the morning and put the turkey on in the roaster. So this is a 13.6 pound turkey. So I'm going to say about 14 pounds. And I'm making that for the house. Again, the kids and I will not be here for Thanksgiving. We're going to our pastor's house, but I always like to keep something here. I know Trandon is going to come home tomorrow evening. Sometimes he'll bring friends. Yes, I'm still channeling my inner head wrap, y'all. I washed my hair in the morning, but I didn't feel like washing it today. The kids and I went to a movie day at some friend's house, and that all worked out real good. So I'm going to get this turkey in the sink, and then I'll share with you what else we have going on in this kitchen.
Alrighty, everyone. So here we are. We are working in the kitchen. Alana is doing a little cameo for the camera. We are just simply getting everything ready for prep work. So before I actually can do any cooking in my kitchen, I need to make sure that everything is wiped down. I need to make sure that there are no stray crumbs on the counter, that I have wiped everything down. I'm going to be using my KitchenAid for the very first time in a long time. Actually, since Beauty passed away, I haven't used it. And I used it quite a lot when she was in the house. So just making sure that we get that all wiped down. And the counters, making sure that baking station is pretty clean, because I do, when I bake, spend a lot of time over there. Jackson was helping me, but got turned around. Mom said, hey, move those somewhere. And he's like, what, Mom? So anyway, he was in the kitchen helping, doing he had some jobs. The kids had their own separate jobs. Mom had jobs. Jackson was working on cleaning the cranberries and getting them all separated out. And here I am just getting the crumbs and the stove wiped down, doing all of the things that needed to be done. I did use that method all-purpose cleaner in I think it's the lavender scent. It's not my fave. My favorite is the pineapple, the grapefruit, which is the pink one, but they did not have that at my store. So I just wanted to make sure. I always like to make sure I use a cleaning product that will disinfect and is antibacterial. And then in a little while, you'll see me go back and just wipe it down with a cloth to make sure I just use some regular water. So I didn't have any chemicals left on the counter, because I was doing some chopping and different things over there. I was just cleaning underneath the knife block. I did move my meal plan over to the other side, because I didn't want to crowd up my baking station. I use it a lot, but the counter space is very, very small. So I'm just making sure that I get all of the things underneath the Mom's Kitchen sign. I've had that sign for quite a long time. All the crumbs. It's amazing how the kids never see the crumbs. Mom always sees the crumbs. They never see them, but that's okay. That's what Mom is there for. And while that was happening, I just decided to cut a little step. I had my praise and worship going in the background, was listening to a praise break, and decided to get my praise on. So praise the Lord for all of that and all of the things. There I am, just standing at the sink. Again, now I'm going over to wipe down that counter. Had to get praise for the Lord in. Yes, indeed, Jesus. Hallelujah and glory. I always think these people must think you're crazy. when I'm filming these videos, and I get caught up in a moment. Sometimes I forget the camera is running, but I got to give Jesus some praise. In this kitchen, it's what we do. This is our normal. This is not staged for the camera. This is what we're doing all the time. And my kids are on the other side thinking I'm losing my mind. And then sometimes they'll praise with me. I'm like, hey, let's get our praise on, everybody.
Alrighty, friends. So I've done a couple videos, a couple things. The kids and I've just kind of taken just a few minutes off. Actually, I was just really filming some different videos, hence the different shirt and the different head wrap. I'm channeling my inner Christmas with my strands of light head wrap, y'all. But it is time now to start prepping for our Thanksgiving portion. So again, we're going to our pastor's house, which we've done for many, many, many years. The last couple years, we have actually traveled. I traveled last year to go to my mom's, and the year before that, we were in Maryland. So we are back home, no plans to travel for Thanksgiving or Christmas, so we'll be here, but we are all bringing some things. So I have had in my sink all of my sausages. I bought several sausages, so I'm doing this is mild. It's just mild. This is hot, and then this is mild, and then this is mild. So just country sausage, a couple packs of these, because I'm using those in the cornbread dressing. So I'm going to do a cornbread dressing that's actually going to go in the oven. I'm seriously considering doing it in the crock pot because it's easier to take the crock pot, but I don't have crock pot bags and I don't want to have a lot of cleanup. So I have some oven pans, which might, just be better. So I'm going to get all the meat browned. I'm going to get the celery chopped, the onions chopped, and all done. I'm also going to make the deviled eggs tonight. I'm going to make the cornbread for the cornbread dressing tonight. And then Jackson and I are going to make 2 cheesecakes. So it's a couple things that I have to do. My turkey is still in the pan. I had it in the fridge for about 2.5 days. Now it's in some water, and we keep rotating the water out. I want to make sure that it is nice and thawed so that I can actually get a brine for it going, because I do want to brine it. I'm going to put it in a roaster pan tomorrow morning. Probably get up about 6 o'clock and put the turkey in. Then I can go back and lay down because I don't have anywhere to be. Cranberry sauce is being done tomorrow, and I want to check my sheet to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Again, I was using this planner. I have all my bacon out, all the bacon. I bought 3 packages of thick cut bacon. So that's out, and I'm going to do the bacon wrapped shrimp tomorrow. We probably need to pull the shrimp out of the outside freezer and bring them into the fridge because I need those to be thawed by in the morning. So trying to go back over my list to make sure that I have everything that I'm doing. Blistered green beans and the loaded broccoli, I think I'm not going to do those just because, but I am doing the cornbread dressing. I am going to do 2 cheesecakes, the bacon wrapped shrimp, cranberry sauce. What else did I sign up for? What else? Okay, cornbread dressing. I got cranberry sauce, deviled eggs, bacon wrapped shrimp, and then 2 cheesecakes. I'm going to make a fruit compote to go on the cheesecake. And then I'm going to sit down and do my timeline, right? So this is Thanksgiving timeline. It is right now almost 6 o'clock. So I'm going to put here for 6 o'clock of the 27th that I'm starting and what I'm starting. And then I'm going to roll over to the 28th. I'm just going to use this one page to do the 27th and the 28th, what I'm going to do in the morning. So I just want to make sure that I have everything squared away. I'm going to start chopping and get my cornbread ready for the oven. So again, the kids and I just thought we'd bring you guys along as we worked on a lot of our Thanksgiving prep, because I didn't do prep, because I didn't make the meals weeks before Thanksgiving. I'm actually doing them the night before. So you'll see this video on Thanksgiving Day. So the kids and I are going to jump in. Just thought you might want to come hang with us.
So here we are again, still praising the Lord. Now I'm getting ready to pre-prep and chop a lot of the veggies and things that I'm going to be using in the different recipes. So here you see me chopping up the celery. I'm just getting all those bad places off. I was going to use the extras for broth, but I just decided against it this time. Just decided it wasn't something I wanted to do. I'll do it next time, no problem. But here I am just shaving and shedding off. Well, I'm still praising the Lord. Hallelujah, glory. Amen. Y'all, yes. If you think this is staged, you don't know me very well. This is me all the time in my kitchen with my praise and worship going. And me and the Lord just spending time. So it's a beautiful thing. Over in that pot, I have my thawed sausage and my bacon waiting to be used. And in the red bin, I have some onions up there. So here I am just trimming up that celery, getting all of my bad places off so that I can get ready to work on my chopping. It was very important to be able to do some things ahead because I didn't want to be taking Thanksgiving Day to be doing all of the cooking, all of the things. So a couple hours, it only took us about 2.5 hours to do all the things we did. Just made all the difference in the world. And there I am, like I said, I thought I was going to keep some for stock, and then I was like, no, I'll do it next time, no worries. Making sure I cleaned out that sink real good before I wash my celery pieces. And then after I get those pieces washed, I then am going to do some thin chops, get them all chopped up, and then I will begin my dicing. So, again, this didn't take me very long. It was an easy thing to do for the kids and I. Well, for me, the kids didn't help with the chopping, but they were in the house. It's always good to have them in the house, even if they're not in the kitchen helping me do things. I do appreciate having them. And here I'm singing my favorite song. This is Isabel Davis. Her song, it's called Wide as the Sky. If you get a chance to go and listen to it, it blesses my spirit every time. I've had it on repeat for days and days and days and days, and it just blesses me. So again, here's me just getting all of my chopping done. And I'm going to be using this in the cooking of the sausage for the dressing. So I used the celery, and then you'll see me chopping some onions. I use all of that for the dressing that I'm going to be making. I made the cornbread, and then I'm going to be using the sausage, celery, and onion mixture in the cornbread dressing. So you'll see me just doing all of those things. So that's what I'm doing here. Just getting the chopping done and singing, enjoying my time in the kitchen with the Lord. I just love God, and He's so good to me and gracious, and has allowed the kids and I to have this space to call our own, and we're just blessed by it, blessed for it. Here I am again doing all of my chopping. These onions took me through, y'all. I could not see. I had to get Jackson to help come get the tears out of my eyes. I had to take a break. I had to wipe my eyes out. Then I'm thinking, but you're still chopping onions. Why are you wiping your eyes? Those onions were ready, y'all, taking me all the way through. There I am. Couldn't even skip my ads on YouTube. I had to get Jackson to come in and help me because my eyes were just watering so bad. But praise the Lord for Jackson and all the things. That little chopper thing there, or that flat spatula I got from the Dollar Tree, and it just helps me to gather up all of my chopped pieces and put them into the bowl. One of those glass pans, I think I got that from the Home Goods swap when I did the Home Goods swap back in the fall. And so here I am again, just getting all of the veggies all chopped up, making sure that we're going to have a nice flavorful dressing. And this is one of my Nadine West shirts. I know that I sometimes forget to put my apron on, and it's really because we didn't grow up cooking with aprons. My grandmother never owned an apron. So So it's not something that comes easy to me or that I remember to think about. But that's one of my Nadine West tops, and it is too big. The shoulders kept slipping down. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is really big. I have been just looking at myself in videos, and I am much smaller than I used to be. But I'm still needing to lose some pounds. And again, the kids and I are keeping this totally keto. Everything we're doing on this video is keto. Now I'm getting ready to make the keto cornbread. I use the recipe from the Southern Keto's cookbook to do my cornbread. So if you have that cookbook, that is the recipe that I was using. And we love that recipe. It's really, really good. I ended up making 2 pans. As I was getting the ingredients in and just looking at everything, I was thinking this is not going to be enough. So then I decided to make a double batch. And I'm talking to the kids. If you can see me over there, that's what I'm doing. They're behind me. Like I said, Jackson was working at the table on his cranberries, and Alana was helping me to prep my pans. We used our cast iron skillets. I have 2 cast iron skillets. I actually have 4 cast iron skillets that I got from a friend who was decluttering a house. And so here I am now just pulling out that cast iron skillet. My sister got me one last year for Christmas. We did our favorite things. And here I am just moving that butter around, getting ready to throw my cornbread mix into the pan. I'm talking to Jackson. I don't know what he was asking me, but he was asking me something. So that's what I'm doing. I was just making sure that my butter was melted, and I was getting everything prepped and ready for the cornbread. Now it was a little warm, so I left it out. I didn't put it in right then. I just went ahead and put in my other ingredients, and then I put the butter in at the end. So here I am now just working on getting those veggies sauteed up, and I used the biggest pan that I have to get my celery and onions all nice and tender. I like to saute them a little bit ahead before I put the sausage in. And then here I am just finishing up that cornbread. I do have some fruit on the side that I am going to use for some fruit compote that I'm going to make this morning. That I'm going to make for Thanksgiving morning. So again, that's what we're working on. We're doing all the things. I absolutely love having that baking station. It is one of the best decisions I've made because I spend a lot of time. I have everything right there at my fingertips. There I am just cleaning up a little bit of a spill, and then just giving that mixer the once over. I thought I was done, so I put the cookbook away, but I ended up getting it back out to make another batch. Just scraping down the sides of that bowl. Gonna give it another quick mix, and then we are going to get it dumped into the pan for the oven. So again, this was my larger pan. It made a flatter cornbread because the surface area of the pan was just bigger. Just scraping down all of those leftovers on the paddle. Such a good, I love that piece of equipment, especially for all the keto baking I like to do and the keto cooking. I love my KitchenAid. Again, it was a Christmas gift for me last year. And I do love to clean as we go, so I'm telling the kids, hey, as we finish up one area, let's make sure that we are cleaning up in that area and not just leaving stuff all over the place, because it just makes the cleanup a little bit more at the end. So I like to just kind of clean as we go, getting that cornbread all spread around. Love this cornbread recipe. So again, if you haven't purchased the Southern Keto Cookbook, it is a beautiful addition to any southern kitchen that's trying to stay keto. So again, like I said, I realized I didn't have enough cornbread, so I actually had Alana put in the other cast iron skillet, so we're melting our butter. And now I'm getting my sausage ready and prepped. I've been sauteing the veggies for a little bit of time. Jackson was getting the cranberry inspection to see if it was good or not. Now, we had frozen our cranberries, which I don't think I'm going to do next year because I just like them fresh. We bought them fresh, but we put them in the freezer because we had bought them a week ahead, and I didn't want them to go bad. So next time I think I'll just buy them on the day before I'm going to use them, so I know that they're fresh, because we wanted to make sure we got all the bad ones out, and you usually can tell if they're bad because they're a little softer, but all of my frozen ones were soft, so we had to kind of really go through and make sure that we got all the brown ones out. There weren't a lot, but we wanted to make sure that we got all the bad ones out. And here I am now, just again using my sausages that I had bought from Harris Teeter, and I had used some coupons, and I got something on markdown. So I ended up putting 4 pouches of sausage in there, so 4 pounds of sausage. I'm doing 2 pretty big pans of the cornbread dressing. It's going to go in the oven. So I'm waiting for my turkey to be done, and I'll use some of those juices from the turkey, and we'll make the cornbread dressing. And I'm going to share those 2 recipes with you on the Thanksgiving Day vlog. So you won't see those in this particular vlog completed. You'll see this is just my prep steps. So again, completed, you'll see those on the Thanksgiving Day vlog. And here I am, like I said, again, just getting all of those packages of ground sausage. I use 1 hot, 3 mild, just because I know that there are some kids and some people don't appreciate hot, but I wanted to make sure that I put a little spice in there, just a little tiny something to, give it a little zing. Just a tiny hint of heat, not a lot. And Alana is helping me by getting my things out for the second batch cornbread. I eventually do take over and get it all done so that she can go and do whatever else her other job was. She was helping me. I do like to multitask if I can. I like to get something going while I'm working on something else that doesn't need a lot of tending to. So here I am now getting ready my cheesecake batter, or my stuff for the cheesecake batter. So I used the recipe from Dat Keto Lady to do the cookie dough cheesecake, the chocolate chip cookie dough cheesecake. And then I also decided I was going to give the swirl a turn, and I used some sugar-free blackberry jam to make a blackberry swirl cheesecake. And it turned out, it looks nice. We haven't chopped into it yet, so I don't know what it's going to taste like. But what I did here was I used that Keto Lady's cream cheese recipe, and I just made a double batch. And then I split the cheesecake batter into 2 pans. One for the cheesecake, the cookie dough cheesecake, and then one for the regular, like I said, the blackberry jam cheesecake. And I'm going to make a fruit compote to go on top of that. I'll do that on Thanksgiving morning. But again, so I've got my computer up, and I'm just looking at the video that she shared where she made the chocolate chip cookie dough cheesecake. And so I am just, like I said, recreating that batter, or making twice the batter, and then just splitting that between the 2 cheesecakes. And it really turned out, it turned out nice, but like I said, we haven't bit it yet or tried it yet. But I have made the cookie dough cheesecake before, and it was very good. It was lovely. Even Alana liked it, and she does not like peanut butter, which is what you make the crust out of, and even she liked it. So that cheesecake, cookie dough cheesecake from Dat Keto Lady, if you have not seen that recipe, it is lovely. It's a very good recipe. I would have preferred it hot or warm, but I like it cold just as much. So because we're doing this ahead, it is going to be chilled, which I like chilled cheesecake very well. So here I am, like I said, I doubled the batter. So I just decided to put, you know, 1 scoop in one and 1 scoop in the other. I was using my large springform pan, but at some point you'll see that I don't think I have enough batter for the large pan. So I switch it out and use the small springform pan, and it works out so beautifully. We did put a little bit of parchment paper just in the bottom so it didn't stick, but I did not have a crust on the blackberry jam cheesecake. It just had the parchment paper at the bottom. On the other cheesecake, it has the chocolate chip cookie dough crust. So next time I may do a crust for the fruit cheesecake, but for right now I just decided to not do a crust, and we'll see if that was a good choice or not at Thanksgiving. So I don't know, I could have possibly made one or tried to find one that was a little bit that did give a crust, but I think it'll be okay. And here I am inspecting to make sure, and I don't think that springform pan is, I think it's too big. So I'm having Jackson to help me because I want to change out that springform pan, but I don't want to lose any of my cheesecake batter. So I'm asking Jack to help me find the other springform pan. Here I am just spreading out that batter to make sure that all of that cookie dough that's at the bottom of the pan as the crust is covered. I just wanted to make sure that I covered everything well, because I want every piece of the cookie to have a little bit of the cheesecake, and then every piece of the cheesecake to have a little bit of the cookie. So this was a fun thing to do with my kids. Like I said, you don't see them a lot on the video, but they are in the background doing their respective jobs and helping mom. So in just a sec, Jack's going to jump in and help mom again to get the other cheesecake moved over. Here he is. He's gotten the springform pan down for me, and I'm just making a little bit of space so that I can get everything transferred over. The one thing about my kitchen is my counters. I don't guess any chef ever feels like they have enough counter space, but I would love some additional counter space. And here I am thinking this is not going to work. You're going to spill this. And so Jackson comes over and gives mom a little hand. We make it in, no spills, works out perfectly. And we have then transformed it, because we only used 8 ounces per cheesecake. So, you know, he helped me out. And here I am just taking the rest of the cookie dough batter and I'm putting that on top of the cookie dough cheesecake, which is what the recipe does or calls for when that keto lady does it. So we use the Lily's chocolate chips. I use full fat cream cheese. We use a little bit of vanilla. I use the whole earth erythritol. That is a combination of stevia and monk fruit. I really like that one when I can't afford the monk fruit. It is a little bit cheaper, and more times than not, I do have a coupon for the whole earth. So the last coupons that I got, I think, came from my Tennessee coupon buddy, and I used every last one of those. So it's just it works good on my palate. I like Swerve, but Swerve does give me that cool aftertaste, which I don't like a lot. So finding the monk fruit, the whole earth, which is a combo of the monk fruit and the stevia, was a good thing for me. So here I am now just getting ready to do my jam for the swirl cheesecake. And I just put a little bit of the golden monk fruit in. Sugar-free jam is not as sweet as I would like it. I guess that's why it's sugar-free. But I used the golden monk fruit. That was actually the golden monk fruit, not the Truvia that we had gotten with the coupon. So I just took a little bit of that jam and a little bit of the golden monk fruit, mixed it all together, and then at some point I am going to put I'm going to dollop in the jam, and then I am going to do the swirls. I just use a little toothpick. I used to have some long skewer picks, but I threw those away because I haven't used them in who knows how long. And Alana is grabbing all she needs to work on the angel legs. So she's getting her knife and her saucer because she's working on eggs that we had put in the Instant Pot. I forgot to get that on film. So we had done 20 eggs in the Instant Pot, and Alana is working on that. So here I am just ladling in my sugar-free blackberry jam, and then Jackson's going to give me a toothpick, and Mom's going to just do some swirls and see what it looks like. Alana said, Mom, that looks just like it does on the when you buy it at the store, after we got done with it. And she was right, it did look exactly like that. So I think we did good. I'm so happy that we tried it. I wasn't sure, and I'm still not sure. We haven't tasted it, so we're gonna see what it tastes like and what our friends think, because everything we're going to, it would almost kind of be, I guess, like a Friendsgiving, but it's on Thanksgiving Day. Everybody is bringing a certain amount of dishes, and I let them know ahead of time that all of my dishes would be keto friendly, because I need to be able to eat something while I am at the Friendsgiving. So if you've been following me, you know I don't take days off from keto. I don't say, okay, well, I'm going to have this holiday off and I'll go back to keto after. That's not what I do. And if you do that, that's perfect for you. But I'm trying to maintain a lifestyle change, and that doesn't give me leeway on holidays. I do not feel well when I eat regular foods. You guys, so the kids and I are done for tonight. The things that we needed to get done that would help us be successful and stay on time for tomorrow are done. So this is 4 rolls of sausage with onions and celery. And then I did 2 batches of the cornbread. I didn't think one would be enough for the dressing, so I made an extra batch, and I'm going to chop these up in the morning. Then we also did the chocolate chip cookie dough cheesecake that we saw on Dat Keto Lady channel. And then I did a black raspberry cheesecake. This does not have a crust. I just put the cheesecake into the springform pan, and I'll release it tomorrow. They're going to both go in the fridge to freeze overnight. And so I just made swirls. I put the sugar-free black raspberry jam on it, just a couple dollops, and then I just swirled it. It smells delicious. I mean, you can smell the raspberry. And then tomorrow I'm going to make a fruit compote to go on top of it. And then we did the angel eggs. So all the eggs are done. We did 20 eggs, and we ended up with like 36 to 38 halves by the time we saved what we could. We had 1 or 2 that just didn't act right. So 36 to 38 halves. And then I pulled out my pork rinds, so I won't forget those in my dressing tomorrow. I am going to use some of the Max pork rinds in the dressing just to kind of give it a little bit of some additional texture. The cranberries have been picked, and they are in the fridge. Down here, Jackson has already picked and washed the cranberries. And then we have 3 bags of shrimp that are in the fridge. I'll put those in some water first thing in the morning, that we are going to do the bacon wrap. So that is pretty much all that we are going to do for tonight. It is 8:30. So it took us about, I say 2.5 hours with the kids helping me. In the morning, I'm going to go ahead and put the turkey in early, about 6, 7 at the latest, but I'm going to be up. And then I'm going to, the shrimp will be the last thing to cook, but I may prep them ahead and go ahead and make the spicy sweet rub for the bacon. And I'll bring you along for a separate vlog for that. I didn't want to continue this vlog moving forward knowing that I would be doing that in the morning. So I'll do like a Thanksgiving Day vlog, and you'll see those last couple of recipes. I've already done the cranberry sauce on my channel before. That was also in a vlog where the kids did their taekwondo party. So we've got quite a few things done already. My turkey is still thawing. I feel really okay about where everything is for right now. I do plan to be, since it's Thursday, my alarm clock will go off at 5:30, and then it'll go off again at 6 a.m. So I'm going to be up, and it's all going to work out well. We're going to finish up. We are leaving our house at 12 noon to be on our way to be there by 12:30.
between 12:30 and 1 is when we were told we were going to eat. So I've also pulled some extra napkins that I got on coupons this week, the Vanity Fair napkins. I love those very much. So if you are sending coupons, the Vanity Fair coupons are nice. And then also the we pulled some drinks. I always get juice boxes no matter where I go because there are a lot of kids, and I don't think we should be doing cups and kids. I think if you stick a little straw in the hole, we are doing real well. So we got 30 juice boxes. We don't have that many kids, but at least, you know, they'll be there for a different time. My son is coming as well, so I told him to pick up some drinks, and I told him to bring a dessert. So I may actually just call him and tell him to bring ice cream, like some keto-friendly ice cream for those of us who need that, and then maybe an additional dessert for our non-keto folks. But we'll have plenty of things for tomorrow. So anywho, thank you guys so much for stopping by our channel and hanging out with us as we did meal prep for Thanksgiving. Tomorrow's the big day. We do hope that you and your family have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We are thankful for you here at One Mom, Two Girls, Two Boys, 8 in all. If you are new or if you've been with us for a long time, we always thank the Lord that you decide to come and hang out with us. If you like this video, thumb it up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.